Oh, hello again, viewers. Las Vegas. Outrageous prices. How much did it cost? I just done that to the thumbnail, and that is Turkish lira. I couldn't find dollars for the thumbnail. I'll need to go back to Turkey next year to use this. I've got quite a lot of them. Let me go through the prices with you. Prices of hotels, flights. I'll give you all my thoughts on everywhere that I stayed. And at the end, I'll leave you some links to some very interesting videos. And watch till the end. You might get a wee bit of breaking news, just a wee bit. Right, I need to get the pound glasses on. Let's go. That's better. You can see now. Okay, viewers, let's go through the flights. Thank you so much for everybody who watched the Las Vegas videos. I really appreciate all your support. At the moment, they're at 275,000 views. They've not done very well, but it's a numbers game. Hopefully, over time, they might do a wee bit better. I'll tell you at the end if they've made a profit or not yet. Viewers, you'll find this interesting. You'll see how much I've spent and how much has actually come in revenue through the ads through YouTube. So can you guess? Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? We'll wait and see. Okay, let's go through the flights. First of all, thanks so much for everybody who's donated through Buy Me a Coffee. Super thanks. Or hit the wee thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, or watch the videos, which is free. I really appreciate all your support. Can't do the videos without you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, flights were with Norse. I went on the very first flight that Norse ever done to Las Vegas. I didn't know this when I actually booked it. It was booked through their official website, Norse Atlantic, and the flights were found through skyscanner.net. I just booked the cheapest company, going direct from London to Vegas. I didn't want any more than one stop because I was going from Glasgow. I had to fly down with EasyJet to Gatwick and then get the connection there, which wasn't too bad, to be fair. The flight to Vegas is brutal. 10.5 hours on the way there. Not the best, but I had no complaints. The flight was fine. Staff were lovely. Service was good. Legroom I didn't think was too bad. I was in economy. I had a middle row aisle seat, which I recommend if you're going to book a seat. Try and book that, because if you get lucky and the two people next to you maybe know each other or are with each other, anytime they have to go out, they'll exit to the left and they'll never disturb you the whole flight. So there's a wee tip. Flights, £299 return, but there was a catch. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I had to book another flight. I'll tell you about that in a minute. The flights with EasyJet was £51, I think, going down, which wasn't bad. But on the way back, it was very expensive. I had to get a certain time, or I'd been waiting in Gatwick for many hours, like 7 or 8 hours. The flight back was £119 to Glasgow with EasyJet. So that was a dear one. But it is what it is, as some people say. Okay, let's go on to the hotel prices. I'll tell you how much my flight back was. I booked early. Originally, I was going to Vegas for 7 days, but something came up. I had to come back after 5 days. So I booked a flight back with Norse as well, and it was really cheap. I'll tell you about that in a minute. First night, we booked Haraz, right on the strip. I think this was booked through Love Holidays or Netflights. Netflights and Skyscanner have actually got options for booking hotels rather than flights, and for some reason Netflights and Skyscanner were very cheap for hotels in Las Vegas, much cheaper than Booking.com and all the other usual suspects. I did use Love Holidays for a couple of hotels. They were cheap for hotels as well. I don't know why, but they were. And Haraz, bang in the centre of the strip, great location, Julian pianos, Big Elvis, all sorts going on in the piano bar. The room was £11. Now, before you get too excited, you have to add on the resort fee and the tax in every room you book in Vegas on the strip. Some people will say it's a bit of a rip-off, but I think you need to really put it in perspective. Even with the resort fee and the tax, which is roughly £39–40, that room that I stayed in Haraz was £51 all in, out the door. Where else can you get a hotel as nice as that for £51? if I'm looking at Tenerife in the next couple of months, £51 generally will get you an absolute basic hostel or hotel. Doesn't even compare to the Vegas hotel. So I think the hotels in Vegas are fantastic value for money during the week. At the weekend it's different, it gets really expensive. But during the week, absolute bargain. Haraz, would I stay there again? Absolutely. Great location. One of the more old-fashioned hotels and casino. Pool's not very good, but the location, brilliant. Now, I actually did book another hotel across the road from Haraz. If you've seen the room review, Caesar's Palace, what a lovely hotel that was. That hotel was £34, and the resort fee, the taxis, was another £44. So that hotel room was £78 all in, out the door. It was an absolutely fantastic hotel room. I didn't even stay in it. I only booked that hotel to show you what the basic room was like in Caesar's Palace. So, absolute bargain, £78, couldn't complain. My stuff was actually left in Haraz, so I couldn't be bothered going to get my bagging back over. I only done the video to show you what it was like, and I took a bit of a gamble since we're in Vegas, and I hoped that the room review would get as many views that we pay for the room, and it more or less did, so it worked out okay. So Caesar's Palace was a nicer room than Haraz. I actually prefer the location of Haraz. I think that side I actually prefer. Don't know why, but probably do. But they're right next to each other, just across from the strip. Next room, we went to the Westgate, the home of Elvis Presley, where he used to play for 7 or 8 years, and he stayed in a suite there for 7 years as well. Now, the Westgate is not in a great location. It's right at the end of the monorail. 10-15 minute walk to the Sahara, 20-25 minute walk to the Strat. On the strip, you could probably get on the strip within 15 minutes, but there's nothing really next to the Westgate. I wouldn't stay in it, again, just based on the location, but it was actually my favourite hotel with the best atmosphere. The international bar with live music, the sports book, the international theatre, which is open on a Sunday for the American football games. They all had brilliant atmospheres. It had a great vibe. I spoke to a lot more people in the Westgate than I did anywhere else. I think most of the people who stay in the Westgate probably stay there most of the vacation. They maybe go out to the strip now and then, but staff were really friendly. The room was a wee bit dated, but it was absolutely fine. The reason I stayed at the Westgate, because on the Friday and the Saturday night, there was some big events on in the strip and prices went crazy. The same room in Haraz, it was £11, was over £200 per night. Some of the big hotels like the Cosmo and Caesar's Palace were £350 per night. So the Westgate was £75 per night, and I stayed 2 nights, the Friday and the Saturday. The resort fee, I think, was around about £39 per night. It was about $51 or $58, something like that. All in all, for the 2 nights there, everything included, was £228. It was £114 per night. It was the most expensive hotel just because it was a weekend. It wasn't the nicest hotel, but I really liked that hotel. The bar was fantastic. The 7 or 8 piece band, top notch. I would move the Westgate right to the middle of the strip. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If I'm going to Vegas for the first time, or even if I'm returning and I was staying for a week, I would never book anywhere off the strip, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even book a week in downtown Fremont either. I would book a week right in the centre of the strip. As far up maybe as round about the Wynn, the Fontainebleau, and as far down as MGM, in between MGM and the Wynn is really where you want to be staying in the strip. Just my own opinion, but all lovely hotels. I've done videos walking into all the hotels, so I'll leave a link up here in the playlist. You can check them all out. They're all pretty similar as in the casinos, but some are bigger than others and some have a wee bit more classier feel than others. But let me know what you think when you look through the videos. Okay, so that was the Westgate. Liked the Westgate. Then we went to Fremont, at the oldest hotel in Las Vegas. The oldest hotel in Las Vegas, the Golden Gate Hotel and Casino. I paid £34 for the Golden Gate. The resort fee was a bit cheaper in downtown, it was about £30, so all in, tax included, the room was £64. That was on a Sunday night, I think, so a wee bit more expensive on a Sunday. I could have stayed in a lot cheaper hotels down in Fremont, but I wanted to get access to Circa, the new hotel across the road that's part of the Golden Gate group, where you can get entry to Stadium Swim. If you've seen the video I've done in Circa, you would have seen Stadium Swim. It's absolutely crazy. Massive seating area outside, massive TVs. It's like a beach party, it's like a pool party. So that's the only reason I stayed at the Golden Gate. Full of history, really interesting hotel. I would never stay in it again. You'll get no sleep in it whatsoever. The live music on Fremont Street is on till at least 3 in the morning, I think, outside. The band were outside my window till about 3 in the morning. Then it stops for a couple of hours, and then about 6:30 in the morning, speakers start doing live music again on Fremont from 6:30 in the morning. So you'll get no sleep in Fremont unless you pick a room at the back of the hotels. Even then, it's a bit debatable. But it was a good experience actually. Fremont is totally different than the Strip. It had a really good vibe the day I was there. It was Mexican Independence Day, and that weekend a lot of the bands were more of a Spanish Mexican type that were on the stages, but it had an excellent atmosphere, some really nice casinos with some really good history. If you're going to Las Vegas, I definitely recommend spend one night at least down in Fremont. It is a lot cheaper. In saying that, I did get a pint in one of the Irish bars down at the bottom of Fremont Street, and that pint was like $14. Prices in Las Vegas are outrageous. But I made up for it getting some good deals in the hotel. On the Strip, if you're going into a hotel and buying a beer at the bars, you're going to be looking at $13, $14. Some of the cheaper ones maybe $10, $11. I did find $3 beers in Casino Royale. Check out the video I've done there showing you that, right in the middle of the Strip. Actually a cracking bar because the bar staff are pretty friendly, they speak to you. You speak to other people when you're sitting at the bar as well. We found $2 beers at Circus Circus just next to it as well. And yeah, you can find deals if you look about. In the Miracle Mile Shopping Centre as well. Ocean One, Blondies have got deals on. So you will find deals, but if you're going to any of the Vegas shows, you're going to be paying quite a bit. Just expect that, embrace it, you're going to Vegas. Okay, so after the Golden Gate, the final night I ended up staying for nostalgia, because I've stayed here before, was in the MGM Grand Hotel. That's right at the bottom, the south side of the Strip. I wouldn't say it's the best located hotel, it's a wee bit far down the Strip, but it's a really nice hotel, the MGM Grand. Personally, I think it's too big for staying a week. I prefer the smaller hotels. The bars have got quite a good vibe at the weekends, but it was a bit quieter the night I was staying. The pool area is quite nice, one of the better pools I would say. They do Wet Republic and they do pool parties there as well. I didn't go in that bit, but check out the video and you'll see where I went there as well. Now the MGM was £50. I think it was booked through Netflights, the hotel section. The resort fee I think was about $51, but I ended up getting that refunded because although the room at the MGM was absolutely lovely, really nice room, they had no hot water for a shower. So I mentioned that when I was checking out and they kindly refunded the resort fee. So for the MGM, that hotel cost £50 all in, including everything, and the room was fantastic. It was in the North Tower, quite close to reception. If you've stayed in the MGM before, you'll get lost all the time. This room was quite easy to find. So it's a lovely hotel, the MGM. Maybe a bit big for me, but no complaints. Okay, so let's count up the hotels and the flights and I'll tell you how much it all cost. I'll tell you roughly how much I spent as well. The North flight I had to book on the way back was £138. I bet you're shocked how cheap that was. £138. A flight on the same day with Virgin was like £750 one way. So I got really lucky with the North flight on the way back. That did also increase the cost a wee bit. The last 2 nights, I did actually have a couple of hotels earmarked. I found a deal for Treasure Island for £50, and I found a deal for the Rio Hotel, which is just off the strip. I was going to go to the comedy club there, and that was £20. So I found some really good deals. Just unfortunately, I couldn't stay. I did have some other videos planned for those 2 days as well. I was going to go in, do a wee bit of gambling and show you, but maybe next time, we'll wait and see. So the total flights, including the extra flight I had to buy, was £607. So it would have been under £500 all in return to Vegas if I didn't have to book the extra flight back. So the flight prices were really good. Total of the hotels, now bear in mind, this includes the extra hotel room that I booked at Caesar's Palace, which I didn't need to, which cost £78 total. Total hotels was £471. If you take the £78 off that, then basically it was under £400 for really nice hotels, apart from the Golden Gate, that was a bit dated, but all the other hotels were really nice. So the total for the flights and the hotels was £1,077 I spent. Roughly when I was there for the 5 days, I wasn't really drinking that much, to be honest with you, because I was more concentrating getting all the videos out. Barely ate more than one meal a day as well. With a couple of buffets, check out the video I've done at the Westgate. That buffet wasn't the best. So only spent £450, which for Vegas wasn't bad. The last 2 days I had big plans to do buffets, gambling, couple of shows, comedy shows. I was going to go and see Billy Joel show, get a Piano Man show, but that didn't materialise. So I would have spent a lot more if I'd stayed 2 extra days. So pros and cons there. So I spent £450. So the total flights, hotels and spending money, £1,527. It's not bad, but for Vegas 5 days, £1,527. You could spend a lot more than that. You could spend double or triple that in Vegas, I have to be honest with you. The videos at the moment are slightly in profit. The revenue for the videos, I'll give you the insight out to YouTube Butts. Obviously, they pay ad revenue for all the videos. 275,000 views at the moment. The revenue for the videos is roughly about £1,800. So at the moment, we're in profit of about £250, which if you think about it, for 5 days work, flying to Vegas and back and doing the videos is really not the best. Hopefully over time, the videos will continue to climb and they'll get more views. I'm hoping at one point they'll get to 500,000. I don't think they will. I can already tell that quite a few of them have stopped getting views. So we'll wait and see, viewers. But thank you so much. If you've watched to the end, do me a wee favour. Hit the wee subscribe button there. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost a penny. The next trip is booked. The next series is coming soon. I have booked one of the cheapest flights going out of Glasgow, but it's not cheap. I messed up as well on the way back. I'll let you know all about that when we get there. It's coming soon. Keep an eye on the channel at the weekend. That's all I can say. Hopefully it will materialise. Everybody asking the same questions. Yes, I'll be in Tenerife soon. It's not Tenerife the next series, okay? But we'll be back there soon. Thanks so much for watching the Vegas videos. They were a bit different. I love Vegas. Will it ever be back? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, viewers. It'd be sad to say I won't be back, but at my age, do I want to do the flight back when I can go other places? I don't know. We'll wait and see. Anyway, thanks so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And I'll leave a link up here to all the Vegas videos. If you've not watched any of them, there's at least 3 or 4 that are really good, I think. Especially the recap one I've done at the end, but it's Las Vegas 2024. There's lots of things in there. You'll see some cheap beers, some lovely restaurants. You'll see the buffet. You'll see the fake gondolas at the Venetian. So exciting. Thanks for watching, viewers. See you in the next one.